Hey Libra, welcome to Wild Pearl Tarot. Today we're going to be doing your timeless tarot and oracle reading, asking what's coming towards you at the time of viewing this. Only take what resonates. Not every reading is for everybody all the time. So this whole channel is meant to empower you, right? So if it doesn't do that, then just throw it out. If you'd like for me to pray for you, if you'd like other people at this channel to pray for you, simply say hello or leave an emoji. Feel free to share what you're going through in the comment section, and that gives us something that we can focus on that represents your energy. All right, so starting with the mudra deck, we have right off the bat, longing. Welcome your yearning. And this is an interesting mudra. If you are pretty flexible, this will be a good one. Okay, how does it do? Yeah, you've got to turn your arms around. You interlace your fingers and stick out your pointer finger, okay? And it's supposed to represent the spiral that goes up. And the analogy goes like this. See yourself sitting on a spiral which extends deep into the ground below you and up, up, up into the infinite sky. If you let yourself slide down it, life seems to be without sense or meaning, Libra. So instead, you move up the spiral, knowing that there are other worlds, powers, and secrets beyond that which you cannot see. You yield up your longing and yourself to these higher powers, and you sing the affirmation. Beyond the furthest limits, I find light and bliss. So this whole spiral mudra, it strengthens the nervous system. It's meant to activate the production of the feel-good hormones. The wrists are crossed over and around each other, and the little finger, ring finger, and middle fingers are interlocked. There you have it. This is something you can do during the reading if you'd like to, or while you meditate, what have you. Let's get into your tarot reading. So we only take the cards that fly out for you, Libra. If they fly out in reverse, we read them that way. We want to respect how they fall. Okay, what's coming towards Libra at the time of viewing this? Please make it clear. All right. We have Nine of Wands. We have the Page of Pentacles. We have the Four of Wands in reverse. Some of you guys feel like you're starting all over again. There's a sense of a tired energy. Some of you guys might be even at a place where you're needing to do research, or do you feel like you're recovering from a disappointment? This is an interesting reading so far. Nine of Wands. There's a tough decision to make. Let me just get into this. There is something really big on the horizon with the Judgment card, answering the call of destiny. I know it sounds so cheesy, call of destiny, but this is like literally the trumpet call of the angel. These people are rising up out of their graves. It's supposed to symbolize kind of a big life transformation. This is rise up from the phoenix, like rise of the phoenix, like out of the ashes comes this part, your next chapter of life. Four of Wands, kind of dramatic so far. I think that some of you guys are going to be working really hard just to readjust to something. That's what it feels like. To adjust to something. Very devoted, very determined. This is beautiful energy. The Sun card comes out to say what you're working towards right now, Libra, is not for nothing. What you're working towards, Libra, really matters. It's going to make you very, very happy. Some of you guys have experienced maybe just moving to a place, or you've experienced kind of something at home, shaking up your home or your sense of stability. And maybe that's actually literally your job, but it's shaken up your foundation. And so what has that done? Libra, it's making you put your nose to the grindstone. You're leaning into it. Kudos to you. Hats off to you. Give yourself a pat on the back. But you are suggesting that you are kind of tired. The Nine of Wands is a defensive energy, and he's not giving up by any means. You know, he's bruised up, he's banged up. If you zoom in on him, you'll see he's not looking super enthusiastic, but he's not giving up. He's not walking away from his position. He's guarding those wands, you know, he's guarding the actions he's made until now, but he's tired. And so inevitably, on the horizon, there may be a decision that's hard to make. The Two of Swords, you'll notice that one sword goes one way, the other sword goes the other, of course symbolizing a fork in the road, a decision, but she's also blindfolded. She can't see her intuition, which is represented by the moon behind her. And so let's ask about that. Why the blindfold? 2 come out. Oh my gosh. Are you afraid that you might actually be happy if something ends? Oh my gosh, that really feels like that. This might be triggering some of you guys, and I apologize if it is, but just so you know, you are in charge. You have free will. Don't give your power away to tarot. This is suggesting that some of the Libra that I'm talking to has been standing so adamantly for something. They've been standing by something, they've been doing something, possibly for a long period in life, but they know in the silence that there is a decision here. And I think for a lot of Libras, what gives you fear is that you might actually realize that this thing going away, not having to guard these anymore, as admirable as it is, as such a good job you've done up until now, you've really put your best foot forward, you might be afraid that the truth is, if it all ended, you'd be happy. This is a real happy card. But here's the thing with the Death card is it's also a rebirth card. It always introduces a new set of circumstances. It always introduces new people into your life. But you don't want to start over again, but yet you're getting called to start over again. But these are 2 different versions of starting over again. So would you want to unravel your work and feel like you're starting from the bottom? Would you want to feel like a student of life again? Or a student, like a brand new apprentice at work? Somebody who doesn't know the ropes? No, you don't want to feel that way. 5 of Pentacles, 5 of Cups. That's not by accident I said 5 of Pentacles, which is a sense of lack. No, there's one starting over version, which is kind of a sense of lack, right? Or there's this starting over version, which came out in succession to these. This is a different kind of starting over. Just take a look at that. That's the Fool card. He's stoked. He's got all his favorite snacks in that knapsack thrown over his shoulder. He's on an adventure. The sun is shining. He's got his best friend by his side, a little yapping dog, letting him know, hey, by the way, don't want to fall off the cliff. You got to look down at the ground too. I know you're excited, but there's all these little details. Remember to pay your bills. Remember to feed yourself. But yes, this is really exciting. So alongside, this is so fascinating, Libra. You've got a decision here, right? And each sword represents a version of this beginning. But I think that the decision is inevitable. I don't know if you like me saying that, but I'm saying it. One sword goes to this idea of a version of beginning. The Page of Pentacles represents, the student, and it comes with disappointment, starting over, unraveling work that you've done. Or there's this sword over here that represents a very different version of beginning, which is a brand new adventure, new experiences. You can have either. What we have popping out for you, for your stability, is the sun. That's where we're going. But yes, it's actually you putting your nose to the grindstone that brings it on, because you're sick of that crap. You're sick of that instability. You're sick of your foundation feeling shaky. So you're bringing on a huge rise from the ashes, beginning from new from the old, so to speak. We've got this judgment call. Now, this is a point at which it's a turnaround in life where things don't go back to what they were. This is big change. Tell me more about this. You're coming out of apathy. Some of the Libras I'm talking to have felt like they were asleep, walking through their life, sleepwalking right through their lives. They've felt disinterest and apathy for a while. Maybe it was within their relationship, or it was at work. Maybe it was at home, getting just in that routine. And they're like, this routine, like, man, I remember. Maybe an old song comes on the radio once in a while, and you're like, oh my God, that reminds me of the summer 12 years ago, and I felt so alive, and I miss who I was then. But you know, there's these little splashes of cold water that take you there, and they feel disturbing, right? They disrupt your day. They maybe haunt you a little bit later. But that's because you're waking up. This is coming out of apathy. This is a giant wake-up call. Look at that trumpet. That is a wake-up call, right? So we've got the Queen of Cups. For my Libras, what else? I'm going to talk to you about this Queen of Cups. You're having an epiphany, a realization, or a message coming through. Regardless, it's a message. We have the Ace of Swords. That's communication. A communication is coming through about this Queen of Cups. This Queen of Cups is somebody, could be you or somebody else. If this is you, this is an aspect of you. But the Queen of Cups represents an energy that is very nurturing, very intuitive. It's emotional, sometimes very creative. It's spiritual sometimes. So this is a side that is soft, considered soft. And this could be a person. But you are being told, part of this wake-up call is a realization around this energy. And it is resisting progress. This energy of the Queen of Cups there's a lack of progress with this energy. The lack of moving forward. That's what I see. And so take that take from that what you will. But this epiphany, this realization is everything. So questions that you could ask yourself is, what version of this Queen of Cups energy do I see in my life down the road? Does it make me feel excited, or does it make me feel apathy? Does it make me feel like I'm sleepwalking in my life? At the bottom of the deck, we have the cycle that is not helping anybody. The Devil card talks about loops in life where we feel that we're chained to something, a habit, a cycle. Sometimes it represents, in tarot readings, addictions, but a habit, this holding pattern, and it behooves no one. The Hanged Man upside down, there's a resistance again. And so this is a stagnant, slow energy. Resistance, things coming to a dead stop, progress coming to a dead stop with an energy here. What about this wake-up call? Feeling confused? I want to ask you a question, Libra. When you feel confused, what do you think is behind that confusion? And do you think it could be fear? Sometimes we pull the veil over our own eyes because we don't want the answers. We don't want to find out that something we prided in ourselves might be all awash, seemingly, if we admit something else to ourselves. And those were our very first cards. There's a decision that's been hanging in the balance. It means it's a decision to really end something, and the fear that something you've been guarding, something that you've been tenaciously holding on to, standing up for, believing in, or trying to convince yourself in. If you pull that veil away from your eyes, what will you see? That you might actually be happy with its ending. Anyway, I hope that was helpful. Take good care of yourselves. Sending you off with love.